It comes to my watched uterus, more regulations. It comes to my friend's bedroom, more regulations. It comes to unions, more regulations. Don't practice an ideology of convenience. Look into your heart and practice exactly what you preach.
Joining us now is Florida State Representative Scott Randolph, a Democrat from Orlando. Since he said that in the Florida State Legislature, the Florida ACLU has bought the URL incorporatemyuterus.com, which is genius, and I'm a little jealous that they beat us to it. Mr. Randolph, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thanks, Rachel. Thanks for having me. I hope you had a great birthday last week.
Oh, thank you. That's nice of you to say. It would have been better had I got to incorporatemyuterus.com before the ACLU, but I will survive.
I should have got that for your birthday present.
Well, I'll be watching like a hawk for it to expire. After you raised this incorporating one's uterus modest proposal in the legislature in order to avoid excessive regulation therein, how did the Republican leadership in the State House respond to you?
Well, they immediately went to my Democratic leader and my Democratic Rules Chair and told both of them that I was no longer allowed to use any body parts at any point in time on the floor anymore.
Wow, and the justification for that is that the mention of the body parts that they are regulating with their 18 anti-abortion bills, it's the name of the body part that's the problem?
Apparently so. You know, they want to control it, but I guess they don't want to respect it.
What has been your response to this? Obviously, you have struck a chord with what the ACLU has done, with the fact that I'm talking to you right now, with the fact that about 40 people that I know sent me links to Florida papers reporting on what you said. How do you feel about all this so far?
Well, I honestly, I never thought something like this would take off, but I think, you know, it has hit a chord with people, and especially women, and it's reminded them, like you said before, the 18 anti-choice bills that are moving their way through the legislature, and what a far-right legislature that we have in a state that really is going to be the biggest toss-up state probably in the next presidential election.
When you called what Republicans are doing an ideology of convenience, what did you mean by that?
Well, it's classic. You know, it's always small government for big Wall Street corporations, and it's always big government for the little guy or gal or women, you know, whether it be women's rights, whether it be GLBT rights, whether it be unions, whether it be middle class. It's always big government for the little guy, but yet when it comes to simple regulation for any type of big corporation, it's always hands off. And it's the classic ideology of convenience. Whatever's convenient for their donors is what they believe in.
Well, in terms of the last election and how the state legislature in Florida ended up so very Republican right now, do you think that Floridians knew they were getting the kind of legislature that would pursue 18